Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you all here with me today. So I'm playing in my glue book again. You guys, I'm obsessed, and instead of worrying about what everybody wants to watch me do, I am just going to play in this book because it makes me happy and I enjoy it. I do stress so much about what people think and want and this, that, and the other. But you know what? I'm coming off of a really bad flare-up and I am having a blast playing in this glue book. Obviously you can tell because this is my third day in a row playing in it. Yesterday I took a basket with me when I was picking Jackson up from school and I fussy cut while I waited for him. And I was just so excited to play in this again today. So that's what I did. I had a few things that I recently cut out that I just had on the table and decided to play with what I had that I'd recently cut up. And I have so many magazines I need to go through and harvest. So I've been trying to just kind of go through them and cut out some things that I can play with in here. And I'm going to be adding some washi tape to this page. I do that a lot in these kind of glue books. I love to use washi in them. I love the color, and you can coordinate it with your images. And I mean, we all have tons of washi, right? Like, I know I'm not the only one. There are very few of us who don't have a ton of washi. Yeah, so I love to use it. And especially Dollar Tree washi. I don't know why. I think because it's a little bit thicker, and so it's not as see-through. But I always use a glue stick when I'm gluing it down. The washi I used here is not Dollar Tree washi. It is from Amazon, and I absolutely love it. I got a bunch of floral washi. I believe actually a subscriber got it for me. It was on my Amazon wish list. I think tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Happy Mail video. I got quite a few packages this week again, and so I want to show you guys what I got and open those on camera. Oh, I love using washi, and I'm probably going to go through and round the corners on a lot of my pages because I just like the way they look when they're done. It just looks finished to me. I don't know why. Isn't that weird? I don't know. And I love this little bee. Okay, obviously he's the Cheerio bee, and I cut him out all the time. I cut out the Cheerio box, the heart of Cheerios, the bee, all of it. Just so cute and vibrant, and I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll just add him here. And I added that word thrive. That was actually on the back of a piece of paper, or a magazine image I was cutting on the other side. And I always, when I'm done cutting out the image, that I wanted, I literally always flip it over and see what's left, because sometimes there's something there that you didn't see before, and that's where I got that thrive from. I just have a bunch of random things. I have a pickle, I have licorice, I have cheese, an orange cat, some mascara, the Cheerios stuff, that cat from that kitty litter commercial that's doing like that's at a disco. I have him. I got all kinds of stuff. I need to go through too, and I was doing this yesterday. I did add a couple backgrounds to the white pages. I might do that when I'm done with this video because it helps a lot. Like yesterday I did a couple of them, and that way today I actually ended up gluing on a couple of the pages that I put in yesterday. So that was really fun. Oh, excuse me. I just had a yawn. Man, is anybody else struggling with the time change? I know we gained an hour, so that's cool and all. But man, I am just really struggling to adjust to it this time. I don't know what is going on. But I'm really struggling. I think, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is the last year that Oregon's going to do it. I believe that earlier this year I think we were putting into place that we weren't going to do it next year. I hope that's the case. Oregonians, let me know if you heard this too, that we aren't going to be doing daylight savings anymore. we just don't need it anymore. It's ridiculous. We're in 2022. We do not need daylight savings, in my professional opinion. I don't know. It's just, I hate it. I really hated it when my kids were little. It messed up their sleep schedules. And if they had medication, it just was like, ugh, I hated it. Now that the kids are older, I mean, it doesn't affect them in any way. They could care less. It was really hard in the summertime trying to get your toddler to go to bed. And they're like, but it's sunny outside. And you're like, it's 9 o'clock. You know, my kids always had a very early bedtime. And the one thing I was really strict about was their bedtime. I was very consistent with it. They went to bed, you know, around 8 o'clock. Sometimes earlier when they were younger, like 7:30 or something, but we always had like a wind down routine, and, you know, we turned the lights down in the house, got everything calm, you know, a bath, whatever. But yeah, I had a very strict routines with my kids when they went to bed. And if they stayed up late and they just never made up for the sleep that they lost, and they were cranky. I don't know. It's probably one of the best things I ever did for my kids was having them have a consistent bedtime. Plus, Mama needs a break. I wanted time with my husband, time to decompress so that I could be a better mother the next day. It was a win-win for everybody. The kids got some good sleep. Mama got some sleep, and I also got some alone time, and that was much needed. You know, I'm still that way. My kids are big boys now, and at night when I always tease my husband, and now he tries to sneak into the bedroom before me, but we always go to bed around the same time, so we go to bed together. And I like to go in a little bit early because my room is cold and it's dark, and I've got my air purifier on, and it's like the one time in my day that I feel like I can truly relax and be comfortable. I don't have a dog on me, a kid, a husband, nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like there's no sensory overload. It's my favorite time. And sometimes my husband will come in shortly after I get into bed, and I'm like, no, get out. I need 20 minutes to myself. He's like, geez. But I guess, you know, he just doesn't get it. You know, when you're a mom and a wife, you know, I constantly have to take care of the dogs and my kids. And I like to be a proactive husband and wife. Husband and wife. I'm not a husband. I'm a wife. I like to be proactive mother and wife, you know. So, I don't know. It just helps, like, at the end of the day to just have that, like, alone time. Just even if it's 20 minutes. I mean, and then obviously I love it when my husband comes in because I love my husband. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just nice to have, I don't know, it's like my favorite time of the day. My few minutes of just alone time, I guess. I don't know. I love this cat. I love these commercials. It just cracks me up. So on this page, I had taken the image from the other side, and instead of cutting it off on the edge, I just wrapped it around. Sometimes I do that if it's like an image that would look okay on the other side. Here's one of those full page images that I put down yesterday so that I had something to glue on today. Like I said, when I'm done with this, I think I'm going to glue some more on there. I might actually do a glue crew video where I do that. And just kind of fill up some of those white pages. I had mentioned in the videos before that I use scrapbook paper. I got some questions about that. It's actual scrapbook paper, not cardstock. I only use cardstock in my glue books if it's a cinch journal. When I'm using one that I sew in myself, I find that cardstock makes the spine too thick because you're folding the paper in half and then another paper in that and another paper. So it makes the book kind of stick out, the pages stick out more. But with scrapbook paper, it's thinner so it doesn't make the spine too bulky, and you can have more papers in there versus cardstock, you can only have a few. I mean, it's personal preference. You can do whatever the hell you want, but you know what I mean. I prefer scrapbook paper or computer paper, anything like that. A thinner paper works best, in my opinion, because once you start gluing magazine images on, it almost feels like cardstock when you're done. It's pretty thick. Oh, and I was so excited when I found these books in a magazine. And then I was like, oh, I have this little cat I can set on top. So I was trying to find a page that I liked well enough to do that. And I was like, I'll just put it here. I love that paper. Oh, it's gorgeous. Simply marvelous. And how cute is that little orange kitty sitting on top of the books? When my mom came over, she handed me this massive bag of magazines, and I was like, score. I mean, I need another book magazine like I need a hole in the head, but I'm never turning a magazine down. I'll tell you what. If I'm getting a free magazine, I am taking it. I even got some free magazines from like a weed dispensary because, it's legal here in Oregon, and they have these really awesome big magazines for free. And they're so colorful, and there's like, even when it shows like they'll show like the microscopic view of what that stuff looks like, and it's so cool because you can't tell that that's what it is, but it just, I don't know, it's pretty neat. Yeah, I will take any kind of free magazine. I mean, except for like Playboy or something. I'm not putting a bunch of nude chicks in my glue books. No, thank you. Or nude dudes. No nudes. No nudes for Nikki. There's that Cheerio heart again. So this is what I do. I find pages in a magazine that don't have any writing on them, or I cut off the writing, and then I cover the white spaces of my pages. Now, I could use paper that's double-sided. There's not a lot of actual scrapbook paper, in my opinion, that's double-sided. It's usually one-sided. You usually find the thicker cardstock type papers that are double-sided. But like I said before, I really don't mind the white on the back of the scrapbook paper because that's where I put my full-size images, like this one that I'm putting. And I basically put a full-size image that I can use as a background, just like the scrapbook paper I use as a background. Here comes that sun in there again. Ugh. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Check me out in America's Got Talent 2023. Just kidding. Oh, man. Jackson doesn't have school for the next 2 days. Score! That means I don't have to wake up early. I'm an early riser anyways, but it just feels better knowing I don't have to get up, even though I will anyways. It's a control issue, isn't it? I'm a control freak. It comes with the territory when you have an anxiety disorder. Just saying. If you are a Glue Crew member, please head over to your members tab. We have a Glue Crew swap going on, and I'm going to start putting some names together. I think Melissa Long is going to help me with that. I need to reply to emails today, but yeah, get over there and sign up if that's what you want, if you want to be a part of that, because we're going to start matching people up so that people have, the weekend to work on stuff and everything. It's just a simple swap, a 1-2 stamp envelope, small envelope kind of swap, nothing fancy, nothing big. And it's not required to do if you're a Glue Crew member. It's just something that that some of us wanted to do, and there's quite a few of you signed up. So almost all of you have signed up. Well, that's a lie. About half of you have signed up. So if you want to be a part of that, please head over. You'll see it in your members tab, and it'll say Glue Crew swap. There's an image. You'll totally see it because it's bright. I made it really bright. I have this little turkey, and I was like, you know what? How pretty would that look with the flowers behind it? I love those flowers. That came out of a Martha Stewart magazine, so go figure. Of course, she has all the gorge flower arrangements in her magazines. That's where I got that. That was one that my mom gave me. I was like, yes. Because I don't normally get the Martha Stewart ones, so when my mom has them, she gives them to me. And she gives me People magazine, which I actually don't find a lot of stuff in People. But I always like to look because you never know. And I was like, how funny would that be if I put chicken? Because it's not a chicken, it's a turkey. But then I was like, no, that's kind of stupid. Oh gosh, I don't know. Sometimes I like to put things that are like, you know, like I'd put the word chicken over a pizza because you know it's not chicken. I don't know, just to be like weird or funny. But yeah. All right, guys, this is going to conclude this video. I decided to, what am I doing? Oh yeah, this is not this. Hold up, wait a minute. This is the last piece I'm going to do. After this, then I'm done with the video. Have these cute little girls, and on their shirts it says like mental health matters, mental health awareness, things like that, which I love. Very pro mental health awareness. I hope you guys don't mind having 3 days in a row of me playing in my random glue book. I have 2 random glue books going right now. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I have lots of glue books going right now. I always have like 5 or 6 that I'm working on at a time. I probably have like 10 right now. But the main ones I'm working on are my vintage one and my composition notebook that is also a random, and then this one that's random. I really enjoyed this kind of glue booking the best, but runner-up would be a composition notebook glue book because I really like those too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys are having a fabulous week. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like button. It helps me out more than you know. Subscribe if you haven't already and you'd like to see more. If you'd like to become a Glue Crew member, the link is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!